Hey everybody, Alyssa here from Becoming Memories, and here with another process video. This one is using a scene style paper from Pink Fresh Studio, and I know these can be a little bit trickier to use, so I thought I would film my process on this one in particular to show you how I use this paper. So I'm starting out here with one of the 6x6 papers from the same collection. This is from the Goldenrod collection. Most everything I use in this layout is from the Goldenrod by Pink Fresh Studio. And I apologize in advance for my voice if I crack or sound a little hoarse. I have been dealing with a cold and it's almost gone, but my voice, it just seems to be taking a very long time to get back to normal. So my apologies on that. So now all I've done so far is map my photo, and I do have a bunch of those flowers already fussy cut. And that blue strip there was a branding strip that I cut from the paper pad. And I'm going to kind of use that design right there to sort of ground the whole layout. And I'm cutting another little faux washi tape, I guess you could call it. I never know what to call those little strips. Like faux branding strip almost, or I don't know, from the cut apart sheet. And layering it up with those pattern ones. And then I'm going to start fitting in these fussy cut flowers around my photo. And, you know, I guess my main tip for using this type of paper would be, number one, keep it simple. And number two, keep it neutral and keep it in, what's the word I'm looking for? In sync, maybe, with all of the other elements that are already in on that background paper. So, for example, if you have, oh my gosh, if you already have a bunch of peaches and pinks and greens like this paper has, I would avoid trying to add in brights or add in, anything that's not neutral or already in that paper. And even the blue strips that I added there, you do see hints of that blue in the sky already, and blue goes with a sky theme. So kind of keeping it to natural colors, nature-inspired colors, I think it really sort of helps it feel like it belongs on that paper. And I do kind of audition quite a few different pieces here, and I go through quite a few different elements trying to figure out how to make it sort of work with that background paper. And I think in the end, keeping it loose and fluid and sort of natural colors and nature inspired, to me it sort of helped it make sense with that background paper. I normally actually really like using geometric shapes. I like using lots of straight lines and angles and cut files and things like that. But on a background paper like this, for me, I don't think it's the right call. So that's how I do it. I mean, clearly, do what works for you. If you have found a way to use these kind of papers and that you love and that works for you, absolutely 100% do what works for you. But this is how I have kind of learned to make them work. So we have that tape there, that tag there. We've got some flowers kind of scattered about. And I'm fidgeting a little bit with the placement, partially because, to be honest, I was kind of stuck on what to do next. So I was kind of filling some time here by playing around with these flowers and trying to decide what in the heck I was doing. So, and I still don't remember. Oh yeah, I keep trying to stick these strips in there again because I wanted it to feel grounded and connected to what literally represents the ground on this paper. And so I do end up using those strips. Oh my goodness, I cannot talk today. I do end up using those strips to kind of anchor everything and sort of tie the photo or ground the photo on the horizon line on the paper. And that, I think, really does work. So now we're just going to put those flowers back in. I think those are all in their final resting place now. Nope, I lied. They're not. I tried to cut out a variety of the styles of flowers from that paper, and then when I was putting the layout together, I was being kind of stubborn and refusing to go and cut anything else because I just didn't want to go back and fussy cut something more. And so I did fight with it a little bit. I probably should have just given in and gone back to the paper and cut out whatever it was that was going to work for the space and for the angles of kind of where I wanted things a little bit better, but I think it works out okay in the end. I'm pleased with the result, so, just make it work. Make it work, as Tim Gunn would say. So now I'm just kind of sticking everything down so that I can place my title and figure out where that's going to go and how I'm going to kind of layer it on there above on everything else. First I try these wood grain, and then I pull out these gold thickers. These are from the Wildflower collection by We Are Memory Keepers, I believe. And I love them. I bought them actually to make a wedding album, but never ended up making... Well, no, I made the wedding album. I never ended up using very many of these particular thickers. But they just seem to kind of go with the soft glow of the paper. Now I'm actually cutting off the branding strip off of my background. I cannot believe I left that on so long. That's usually the first thing that I do. So, I'm still kind of playing around with that. The problem here was that I really didn't know what I wanted my title to be. And I think that's because I love baby pictures. Obviously, I love sweet pictures of my baby girl. And that was her who just stuck her hands in the frame. But, I mean, after a while, it's kind of like, what do I title all of these different adorable baby pictures, right? So, I end up going with My Best Girl, and I'm using those gold letter tile stickers. Those are from Dear Lizzie, and I'm changing an F to an E there. That is what I'm doing with the pen. I've had that sheet for quite a long time, and I've used up all the E's quite some time ago. And so what I have found is that white gel pen actually works pretty well to kind of tweak the letters a little bit and change them to say whatever I want them to say, which in this case was an E that I needed. So here's where I'm going back, adding the word my. And I did this because I felt like Best Girl was, I don't know, it just seemed to me like it wasn't a complete title. It probably was fine, but it just didn't feel complete to me, so I went back and added the word. So I was getting ready to add some gold Heidi shine because I had decided I was done, and then I decided I was not done. And I kind of wanted to add a little something over on the other side of that picture there to balance out the other side a little bit more. It was starting to feel a little bit heavy on the one side of the photo and nothing on the other side to kind of ground it on that side. So I just added a few little strips from the branding paper and then that little pennant piece from the cut apart sheet in the 6x6. I gotta tell you, I think those cut aparts in the 6x6s are my favorites. I really do, because they're just so perfectly sized. Sometimes the cut aparts in the 12x12 are still too big. And the cut aparts in the 6x6 are just so tiny and adorable. And anyway, I can totally hear the vocal fry in my voice. I apologize. I have much more voice now than I had a couple days ago. So I am on the mend. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Here are the layout video photos. And I hope I will have my act together better for the next video. But I hope to see you then. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.